All right, folks, welcome back to Rod's VW Garage. Here is the door is already marked, or this door skin is already marked where I want it to cut it. So I'm gonna go straight down that line, straight down, and then I'm gonna go come over here and gonna cut it this way because I want this. So a little history on this door, okay? A little history. Well, this door, when the car came in here, it couldn't close. So what probably happened before was the wind took it and swung it open and messed up the hinges and, made it all jacked up. So I fixed that. But the center right here of the door was tin can really, really bad. So this thing was really bad. It had no strength to the panel of the door. And so at the beginning I was doing some heat, trying to do some heat shrinking, and it worked well, but there was still a big bulge in the front here in the center. And I worked it, but it was too stretched. I just got a comment on my YouTube saying that the door might be stretched because the bubble. No, actually, and I measured, and look, this door is a good door, and you see it, what I was saying before. So right there. So that door, that's how it is. So the older body styles have this pronounced, this bulge, so on the body line. So this newer door doesn't. So like I said before, you see how bad is it? So it's not, you would think it's a direct replacement. But if I put this door on there, if I put this door or this door skin on here, then the body lines will not match, because this door will have a big bulge and this door will have a little settles bulge. So I guess, either the newer are kind of like that, or the older vehicles have a better stamp. And most likely the older vehicles have a better stamping. So but anyways, so I'm gonna cut this skin right through here on the top of the line and then up there, because I want that little corner to replace this corner right here. I want this to be replaced. So, and I think it's gonna be okay, so because I'm cutting it on the top, on the very top of the crown there on this side. So it should be okay. It's gonna lay flat on it. So it should be, that's the flattest, one of the flattest part of the door. So it is what it is. And we're gonna go through it. We're gonna cut that bad boy, and then we're gonna put it over here. We're gonna mock it and cut it again, and cut this one. All right. All right, so here it is, and you can tell by just putting this, laying this over, you can tell the door looks a lot better already. Already looks really, really good. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna come over here, and we're gonna mark this. It's almost at the line, so we're gonna mark it, and then we're just gonna cut it. And then after, so since I'm thinking of lapping it, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna mark it, right? So I will mark it, and then I will come in and we'll leave a little edge about I got to measure the lapping. So it's about 3/8 of an inch or so, and we're gonna cut that a little longer. The door we're gonna cut a little longer, and so we're gonna mark this, and then we're gonna run the tape, and we're gonna cut it longer than this door. I'm sorry about got the words mixed up. So I'm gonna mark it right now. It's kind of over the top. It's not in it, because if it's in it, it's gonna be too low, because you see. So it's just over it, and I think I gotta cut it here a little bit to fit it better. So we're just gonna mark it completely. We're gonna mark it, and we're gonna cut 3/8 of an inch longer the door, and then we're gonna remove the spot welds. Use my trusty scriber. I'm gonna scribe here. Alrighty. So yeah, amazingly, that tape, it's right almost on. Actually, it's like right almost where I'm supposed to cut. Guys, this needs to go down just a hair. So I'm gonna leave 1/2 inch, and then we're gonna measure, and then we're gonna measure it and get it zip cut. So we're gonna do close to 1/2 inch from the scribe line, and then all right. So the scribe line is right here, and we got about 1/2 inch all the way down. So we're gonna cut that door right there. Then when we get to here, we're gonna cut it over here, over this way. So that's what we're gonna do. And I'm gonna show you the spot weld remover, because I just used it in just a small place, and man, it works. It's working really well. So give me a second. All right, folks. So you can tell as soon as I cut it over here, sipped it, this area came up and popped up, because it was so much stress from this side that this side right here was up. So we got a little indentation, but we're just gonna move that. But right now, as long as we keep this line right here, we should be straight, we should be good. So now we're gonna go ahead and do the spot welds, and let me show you right quick. So you see this spot welds remover, and it works really well, because it has, and I'm not getting any, well, I'm not sponsored by this people. Okay, so I'm not sponsored by this people, but the spot welds, when you locate the spot welds, is going to be this lower indentation there. So when you run your DA sander, everything that is dirty or it stays a little funky, that is the spot weld. So that's where you gotta get your spot welder. So we're gonna get it right there on that one. So when you look at this thing right here, it's just like the one that they sell, but it's got a, in the tip here, it's got a drill bit, but this drill bit goes in. It's not fixed, it's spring loaded. You see it? So that means when you put it over here, it's not cutting into the metal, it's just guiding you. Okay, so it guides you, and then this is what's gonna cut the door. So as soon as you see your little rust coming out, you can see it. It's very identifiable. That's when you got to stop. So, and it's very simple. You just put it on the on the dirty area. Right there. It walked a little bit on me because I wasn't putting a whole lot of pressure. But if you got to put some pressure. Okay, so you got to let it. All right, when you see the little rust coming out, you got to stop. So, and it walks a little bit, but not much. Man, I think it's a really good, because I use tons of them and they really don't work well, and this one seems to be working really well. So now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna cut all of them around it, and then we're gonna get the skin off of it. See you in a bit. All right, guys, so here it is. I just got all the spot welds out, and I'm gonna tell you what, I will recommend that spot weld remover, because I only use one. I'm telling you, if it was a Harbor Freight one, I broke probably 4 or 5 bits before I do all this. This thing is amazing. It works really well. So everything is I think I got one more here because I'm cutting, so I got to take that one out. Let me get that one. Yeah, but this thing is pretty amazing. It works well. It works well. Oh, I got to cut it there because I welded it. You see that? It's just, it works really. It works really well. So you don't have any problems. Now I gotta sip that because I put a couple spot welds there. Because like I said before, I had to fix this hinge. This one and this one, I had to strain them out and all this stuff. But man, I'm gonna tell you what, it works really, really well. So if you need the link, just let me know. You need the link for that for the spot weld bit. Alrighty. So let's flip this bad boy over. A lot of dirt and grime. Oh, I knew that was gonna happen. Poke myself. Alrighty. Let me get this hammer. Get this. This is another thing I use for to remove those spot welds. Right here. Yeah, this worked well. They use it at Skinner's Classic, and I looked at it. I was like, man, I want to use that. And it really, really helps you to move that metal. Works well. Well, this has been here for 60 years, so No good anymore though. No good. There you go. Where you going? Door. Here you go. This is my first door. My first door. It's not that bad. I thought it was going to be worse. It don't look that bad. Let me show you. There it is. There it is. I gotta get that corner over there. And it still has the markings right there. You see it? Original factory markings. That metal's no good. Now we're gonna clean it. Clean anything that needs to be cleaned. Now that it's out, I'm gonna put, because this door swung open and screwed the hinges. It's fixed. I already fixed it, but now I'm gonna go ahead and put some welds around here, so we will never ever have, a weak door. Because the top ones, like you see, they're with they're fixed with rivets. So, but other than that, it's all there. All right, so let me go ahead and I'm gonna go ahead and clean all this area up. I'm gonna dolly and hammer and dolly all this stuff right here, clean everything up, and then I'm gonna get some POR 15 and we're gonna treat this door. And next up, we're gonna put that the skin back on there. All right, folks. I've cleaned the around edges, and it seems like this the skin is gonna work well. So if you look, I just put it on there and inscribed it all the way through, and it seems that it's fitting pretty well. I can feel on the inside that the metal is touching. I got two clamps, one here, one there, but everything else is pressed pretty nice. So now what I got to do is I'm going to probably cut this on a 45, and or probably, yeah, I think I'm gonna cut it on a 45 here so we can fit it well. And we got to cut it down just a hair right here, and then we're gonna press the flap there, and we'll go from there. I think it's gonna look really, really nice. So just hang out. All right, people. Here is the skin mocked, and it really looks good. It's all the way to the bottom here. So now I just gotta find where's the good spot. I don't think it goes resting on it. So, but here, this is the most important part. You can tell I did the lap, and it looks really good, and it's strong. This is strong now. So I gotta fill a little bit there and over here, but other than that, it's gonna look good. So I'm gonna show you how, or what I do when I do a lap welding like this, overlap. What I do is I just I plug weld it. So And then after I plug weld, then I'll go ahead and let me get this sticker out. I plug weld it, so I will do a couple holes here, a few holes, about 4 inches apart or so, and then I will plug weld it all the way down, ensure everything is straight. And then after I plug weld that, then I go ahead and do the fill. So and we should be good after that. Then you know it's going to be really strong. And then even if you uh, you know, bring your weld, your stitch weld, you bring it down and grind it down, you still know that it's going to be strong because you still have a plug weld where it will never come off. So, and also around all this area is going to get plug welded all around it, all around. So I think it's going to turn out pretty nice, and I should have done this from the very beginning. I think I have hours and hours and hours on this door, and it sucks because but I'm I'm learning. I was learning, and I'm still learning. So and I hammer and dolly some of the stuff here, and it came out pretty nice. It's pretty straight. So we're gonna save this door. This door is not that bad either. Let's see if I can get it out because it's, there you go. It's a little tricky to get it out. All right. So, like I said, this door is not bad. It's not bad. It's got a little bit of rust over there in that corner, and down at the bottom, it's got a little bit of rust, but no big deal. We're gonna get in. We're gonna use this door because this door, it's in good shape. So, and now what we're gonna do is we're gonna treat this with POR and clean all this stuff up. We're gonna weld. I wanna reinforce this. So just weld it right here, probably in three or four spots. Weld it probably here, and this is gonna be really tight. And then we're gonna POR all the rust, and then we're just gonna go ahead and get it welded. All right, folks. This is the lap step that I do. I use this machine right here. You can tell it's got a little step down right here, and then when you press it, it'll pinch it down, and then you pinch it down and do a step on the metal. And also on this side, you got a punch. You see right here, and that's what I use to punch the metal to do the plug weld. And I will go and punch about 1.5 inches, and we'll go 1.5 inches and just punch. And what we're gonna do is with that, we're gonna plug weld the door. That's why I said when after this is welded, I'm telling you, it's so hard to get off. It's almost impossible to get this off of the because it'll come all ripped. And then, like I said, over here I'm gonna do plug welds as well. And I'm gonna do about 4 inches apart. Every 4 inches, you're gonna do a plug weld. And then this is so it will ensure that this won't come off. There you go. So that's how it looks. It's got plug welds. Well, we got holes and we're gonna plug weld it. The whole thing. We're gonna plug all this stuff. So now I gotta do the bottom one. I gotta measure that and see where we at. Alright guys, just treated the door with POR 15, and I'm waiting for it to dry. Then as soon as it dries up, I'm gonna set up the door skin, that bad boy in, and give me some screws and get it all screwed down. And then from there, we're gonna measure everything and sure that everything is where it's supposed to be, and then we're gonna start welding on it. So hopefully tomorrow, because it's really hot. Hopefully tomorrow we will get it. We'll get it all locked down, button up, all welded in. Also, I treated the car with POR. I did treat the car earlier, but now I did treat it what I was supposed to treat. It was the hard spots to get, and I got the inside of the doors. I got the inside of the panels, both sides. I got the rear package or luggage tray. I got the back side. I did this because this is just gonna get some epoxy primer on top of these. On top of the POR epoxy primer, and then after that, it's just gonna get paint. That's it. So I'm not gonna, because I'm gonna put sound deadening on the whole entire bottom of the car. So it really doesn't need paint to show. And it's gonna be painted, but it's not gonna be, for show. And I didn't do the bottom because I already done all the bottom side and everything, so we're good on that. And I think I'm ready. So next time, after I do the door and do the body filling and all this stuff on the door, get it all straight, I'm gonna mount it on the car. I'm gonna mount it on the car, and then I'm gonna get the hood done. Oh, by the way, I did all the underside of the fenders. So all the fenders, the underside of the fenders are covered with POR 15. So that is just to ensure if there's any rust, it doesn't come through in the future. So that is done. So I'm happy. And it's got a little bit of runoff, but that's gonna get sanded anyway. So right here you can see it's got a little bit of runoff right there, but that's all gonna get sanded and prime. So it should be all right. So that's how I'm gonna do today, and then hopefully tomorrow I can get buttoned up that door, and that's gonna be, when I get that done, and then I got to get the roof done, and then go from there. Okay. All right. See you tomorrow. All right, folks. We're back. This is next morning, and like I showed you earlier, the door is, or the skin, it's fitted. I have a little issue here where you see how big this opening is. This one is not bad, but that one at the bottom is pretty big. And then when you look at this one right here, it's probably a 1/16 of an inch. So I think I'm gonna have to take it out and regap it So I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna take it out and just add a little piece of metal there, and it won't take me too long. But then if I leave it like it is, and that one still has a big gap, but not as big as this one. If I leave it like that, I'm gonna kick him. I'm gonna kick myself in the butt, and I'll be looking at it and looking at it, and that's not the way it's supposed to go. So I will add a little piece there. And how am I gonna do that? I'll probably just get a bigger piece like that, and then lap it and put it, ensure that it fits in there, and then spot weld it or plug weld it in the back, on the back. And then when you look at it from this side, it's gonna be, the gap is gonna be nice and straight. So I think I'll show you how to do that. I'll show you how, not how to do it. I'll show you how I'm gonna do it. So folks, stay tuned. Here we are. I wanted to go like this with this part, but I'm gonna scratch that off. It's too much for just a little bit. So I just took a little strip of metal here, and then I'm just gonna add that strip right there, and that's it. That's all I'm gonna do. So let's change the subject here for a second. So I really like to hear critics. It's crucial for my way to work. So I heard before, hey, what do you use that wire? I was using 35, and then I moved to 30, right? But now I'm gonna move to 23. So because I didn't figure this out. I just somebody told me that the thicker the metal, your feed wire, right? The thicker it is, so the more heat you got to put for the wire to melt. And then if you're using this thin of metal, then it's just going to put too much heat to get that wire melted. So now I'm gonna try this. I was using this metal that is 30. It was a lot thinner than the 35, and it was doing okay. But now I'm gonna go with the critics, and I'm gonna go with 23 and a really thin wire, and hopefully we'll get, instead of little booger welds, we get a nice constant bead, of welding. And also, I've seen on one of the shows, I follow this guy from Canada, and his channel's called Make It Custom. And he is a young guy, and he has a lot of knowledge on metal work. So what he does is, he's gonna, when you do welds, everybody does it. Chad does it. Everybody does it. But he has this little thingy like this that, for the air gun to cool off the weld. And he had a little tube coming in up and down like that, like in an angle 45. And so that way when you weld, you put your weld down, and then you just, with the left hand, you just, and you don't have to do this to get the heat, the air on it. So what I figure, I use one of these 90 degree elbows here, and put it on the end of my air, and make a nozzle, a 90 degree nozzle. So when I hit it, it's gonna be, it's gonna be straight down, so I can weld, and sound effects and everything. I can weld it and then just put air right quick, and I don't have to be, fighting with the hose. I just come in and weld and put the air on, put the air on it, and then that way it'll be cooler. And And if you do have some other critics, you know, that you think that I'm doing not wrong, but I'm not doing, you know, the easy way, just let me know. That way I can, you know, enhance my program. Okay, because I'm learning, but everything I learn I show you guys. So and that's how we're gonna do it. So let me go ahead and get this welded right here, this corner. We're gonna get this welded, and we're gonna set this sheet over on the door. We're gonna screw it down, and then we're gonna start welding. Okay. All right, folks. Got this done, and it feels really good, nice. I just need to clean up the a little bit more, but it's not warped or nothing, so we're good. All right, gap is pretty good. I just gotta file it just a hair more, and we should be straight. So let's get to it. Hey, folks. Here is the door skin on the door. We got our gaps are really nice, both of them, and I already have it screwed down and ready to weld. And I was doing the check with my gauge, and it's really close. You see it? Really close. Right there, really close. Oh, sorry. Right there. See it? So we're in very good shape. Very good shape. So now all we got to do is just make sure we plug weld this right here, and then we're gonna go around it. I think I'm gonna do this part first. And then we're gonna do the plug welds after. So, and we're gonna space this out about 6 inches. And we're gonna do here, 6 inches all the way down, and then we come back and do so. And ensuring that we use air, and we keep the gauge here present, so ensuring that door is going to fit right. Okay. All right, ladies and gents, so I just plug welded the seam over here, and it's looking really nice. I barely feel anything here. And so what I did was I got my pry bar from underneath and put a little bit of pressure on this side, and then that lifted up, and then I could do my weld, and it turned out really nice. We are really good on the gauge, so it's nice. So that's how we're gonna go. That's it. So now I'm gonna go and then and do all the plug welds around the edge, and then after, actually take that back, I'm gonna do some of this right here, and after that I'm gonna do the plug welds. But man, it's looking really good. And that middle right there, after I'm done with it, I just do a little bit of body filler. I'm gonna use all metal. I got a different type of body filler. It's not the the regular Bondo that you use. It's all metal. It's called all metal, and it's a little flexible, and it's got metal in it. and for the seams right here, it's perfect. So first door, man. I'm happy. All right, folks. I've been working on this, and I got it all. I just gotta clean it up a little more and stuff, and it should be straight. It's got a little low here in this area, but over here it's all straight, and we're good. You know. And so we got a really nice straight door now. And we had a crappy door, now we have a better door. So that's what we're gonna go with. All right, so now I'm gonna go ahead and do the plug welds. And I got just a little trick that I do, because you know that we painted it with or treat it with POR 15. So I get one of this burr bits, and I'm gonna go each and every hole, and I'm gonna grind a little bit into the hole, so that way we can get good penetration. And we're gonna go and do that in each and every hole all around the door, and then we're gonna weld it. And after I weld all that stuff, I'm gonna grind it, and then I'm gonna put a little bit of filler there, and we're gonna straighten it out. We're gonna look at that door, and we should be good. We're gonna mount this bad boy back in, on the car, and we're gonna move on to the next thing, that is finishing the roof. Hey, good morning, guys. So I'm here working on the door. We're almost done. I did filler across where we had the connection, the splice, or the welding. And it turned out pretty nice. We got a nice contour, so now we're just gonna fill in the little holes, and we're gonna go from there. So just gotta fix this over here, and just sand it. I'm at 80 right now, so it feels really smooth, and it's getting there, man. I put a lot of effort into this door, and it's paying out. It's paying out. So we're gonna continue on doing sanding and getting this door perfect. All right, let's do it. All right, folks. I've been working diligently on this, and I think it turned out pretty nice. So I'm going to show you the spot welds. I don't even need to fill them. They're good. Probably after I put the primer on there, it's going to be all right, and then I'll sand it and it'll look good. All right, so the door. Here's the door, okay? And I did the body filling, and it turned out, this is smooth. It's really nice. It doesn't have a whole bunch of body filler, just enough to get the perfect contour and shape. So So it turned out really nice. It's already sanded all the way down, and I have fixed. There was a dent here. I fixed it, and a dent here is fixed. One here, and that is in the old metal. All this dents. I think I'm gonna sand a little bit more here, but other than that, man, it turned out pretty nice. I really like the door. I just got to get this sand all these contours here, but other than that, the door is finished. It's straight, so when I put it in the car, it's gonna look really nice. Probably it's got a little warp here, just a tiny bit. I can feel it, but over here I can feel the smoothness of the door. There's no transition. It goes from one side to another. I think right here it has a little high spot, but other than that, it's 100% better than what we had there. You know, this thing was nasty. It had a big bump here. Had a big bump right here, and somebody told me, you know, because when I purchased this is 55 to 64, but somebody said, oh, you know, you can get it from different vendors. But I've been looking. Nobody has, you know, most of the people has the same door with the same number. So with that being said, I just made it fit. I made it fit. Okay. I wish I could use the whole entire door all the way to the top, but my decision not to use it was because I want to keep this crisp line right here, right there. This crisp, you know, you can tell that this is a characteristic of an old door right here. It's just somebody said that this door could have been warped but no, because I measure it. I did the same thing with this one. I measure it with this one, and the door has the same contour right here. So I would not change this part of the door because it was good anyways. It was in good shape. I just had to fix this little dent right here, but everything else, there's a little dent. I gotta fill that dent. That's good. So that's where we at right there. So just thank you to watching the video, and that is the end of, you know, the door replacement, skin replacement. And next time you see this door is going to be in on the car. You know, put it back on the car and it should be ready to go. I'm not sure if I'm going to hang it to paint it or not. Don't know. I should, I think, because you can get to all the crevices and stuff like that. But I'm not. You remember, I don't know how to really paint. So this is something I'm learning as I go. So, and I started filling the little spots. You know, I was filling those little spots. You know, start sanding those. I started doing the door. So I'm coming from this way, just looking at what else do I need to do. And then we're gonna go and move on to the roof and finish the roof. And then after the roof is done, I think we'll be completed. And what we're gonna do is after that, we're gonna prime the whole entire car. We're gonna do epoxy primer, entire car. And then after that, we're gonna do 2K. We're gonna get 2K primer, and 2K primer is gonna take care of you know, little pinholes and stuff like that. That's gonna take care of it. And then we're gonna sand it and block sand it, and then we go from there. All right, so I'll let you go with that. Thanks for watching. You know, keep tell your friends that I'm doing this kind of work. So we're gonna be learning as we go, and hopefully we're gonna save some money. Okay, so well, I'll see you later. Bye.